Good morning, everyone. Welcome to this morning's devotional, the Beatitudes. You may or may not be familiar with these words attributed to Jesus. They're incredibly powerful. There is a lot of historical context, ways they are a new iteration of what it means to be holy, straddling other ideas that come from Hebrew texts. But I think that's taking them out of context to say they're a new statement of moving from an old way to a new way. I think that would be unfair given the deep mysticism of Hebrew spirituality that we have that parallels the sayings of Jesus and of Jesus himself. So I'd like to start by reading the Beatitudes. And then after reading them, I would give a short reflection. Then what we're going to do is we're going to do a form of Lectio Divina, where you allow the words to bubble up within you as I'm reading them. And we'll move into silence after that. And in the silence, whatever word bubbled up most strongly for you, stick with that word. Stay there and invite the word to move within you and reveal what Spirit wishes to reveal. So very, very simple, a form of Lectio Divina, a form of Christian reflective prayer. The Beatitudes we find in Matthew chapter 5. And here they are. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted by others, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, and falsely say all kinds of evil against you. Rejoice and be glad, because great is your reward in heaven. In the same way they persecuted the prophets before you. These Beatitudes are not a badge of honor. They're not a plaque to receive and hang on your wall. Jesus isn't speaking about a merit system. He's not even speaking about seeking out persecution or suffering. What he's doing is he's giving a glimpse. Each beatitude is a portal to realizing the immediacy of God, of the divine, right within yourself. To know that when you find yourself in a particular state, that it is fertile soil. When you find yourself in a moment of purity in your heart, then you can trust that your eyes see things as they are, see clearly, see God. That when you find yourself in a state of mercy, where mercy flows from you towards yourself and all creation, that the immediate experience is the reception of mercy. That when you experience yourself as a peacemaker, that in that very peacemaking you experience your divinity. How much we could use that particular phrase today in the heat of the state of affairs in our country. When you enter into the seeming smallness of yourself in relation to the largeness of your desires for union with the divine, we might call that poor in spirit. That in that moment, you capture heaven. John of the Cross, in a beautiful poem, says at one point, I flew so high and I felt sore and depressed because I could not reach my prey, and the lower I went, the more abased I felt, the more free I became until I caught my prey. It's not low self-esteem. It's the total release, the complete release of the false ideas of self that lead towards striving, that lead us nowhere. The portal of mourning. Mourning is a face of love, and Jesus reveals that when we let ourselves mourn, we are comforted. Think of a time when love moved you to mourn. That very morning was a face of love, wasn't it? There was something that let you touch your essential nature, and the meek inheriting the earth. The portal of seeing things as they are with such penetrating insight leads to the possession of all things, dissolves clouds of confusion and doubt. Nothing becomes inflated or conflated, but rather there is true ownership. These Beatitudes, again, are not badges of honor. They're not plaques to receive, to put upon your wall. They are entry points to what it means to become fully alive. Jesus points to himself as an example when he says, "Come to me, all you who labor and are weary, and I will give you rest. Take my yoke upon you, for my yoke is easy and my burden is light. I am gentle and humble of heart." May we be gentle and humble of heart. So I invite you, if your eyes are still open, to close them. And let the words of the Beatitude fall upon you and arise within you. And simply notice which one sparks a divine flame. Blessed are the poor in spirit, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are those who mourn, for they will be comforted. Blessed are the meek, for they will inherit the earth. Blessed are those who hunger and thirst for righteousness, for they will be filled. Blessed are the merciful, for they will be shown mercy. Blessed are the pure in heart, for they will see God. Blessed are the peacemakers, for they will be called children of God. Blessed are those who are persecuted by others, for theirs is the kingdom of heaven. Blessed are you when people insult you, persecute you, and falsely say all kinds of evil against you because of me. Rejoice and be glad, because great is your reward in heaven. In the same way they persecuted the prophets who were before you. And when you're ready, before opening your eyes, inwardly say to yourself the words of the Beatitude that struck you most deeply, the one that seems to stir your waters this morning. That is where Spirit is inviting you through the portal into the union with Self, with Source, with God. And when you are ready, open your eyes. As always, so great to be with you. I look forward to tomorrow morning, and may your day today reveal how blessed you are.